It's a card shop life, there's not much going on weekdays.
Everybody, welcome back. Rudy, Alpha Investments, and today we signed the lease. We're moving forward, and it's time to show you guys the unit for the very first time. You ready? I think you guys are ready. Everybody's been asking to see. So very first thing, front area like we were talking about. Pretty much the idea is going to be very simple. And a lot of people are kind of misconstruing because remember, I'm not really focused on walk-in and crazy stuff. So be aware, it's probably going to be something similar along the lines of display counters, maybe a fancy ass logo on this weird glass thing. It's kind of interesting. I was going to remove it. It's kind of I was thinking like this crazy LED-ish crazy logo graphic of Alpha Investments. Thought that'd be kind of sweet. Probably, honestly, I don't know if we're going to do slat walls or anything in this front area with the triangular. Most likely, it's probably all the fan mail and everything we're going to be doing soon is we're going to cover this whole front area in fan mail. Probably the windows, everything, same thing. The whole outside, everything's going to be covered. Of course, we're going to be going straight, because this is a public location with YouTube and the internet. Yes, we're going to do security metal. There's going to be a whole metal when we're not here. Full-blown metal security gate across the front to prevent smash and grabs, that type of thing. Obviously, security systems, going to be cameras everywhere, blah, blah, blah. So we want to show everybody the main huge area. I don't know if you guys can really get an idea of the square footage, but it's got a really neat little front area. As you can imagine, most of the lights are off right now. It's not very open. So as you can imagine, that's a neat little kind of I don't know, what do you think, like a big statue? I don't know. Anyway, so as you can imagine, huge slat walls, huge gaming area. And like I said in the lease signing video, one of the things that was very important to be focused on is when I'm not here, and, oh, sorry guys, do we have a focus going? Do we have a focus problem? Did I lose you all? Okay. One of the things I'm not going to be worried about is I decided to leave this so I can seal the front area off. So also for utility reduction, because this entire extra triangular front area we talked about was like free. There was no extra square footage. Didn't pay extra for the rent or anything like that. This just became a free area. So as you can see right now, they've already started. I'm sure you guys have already watched the lease negotiation video. One of the things that was negotiated into the lease was that all this is being ripped out. All this is being ripped out. They're putting all new baseboards in. You can see all the drywall busted up. That was something I had negotiated into the lease, so I didn't have to pay for any of that. Always do that. So anyways, so that's something, again, I considered is I'm going to leave this so I can cut off this front triangular area where it gets warmer in the summer for, again, utility reduction. That's, again, a cost. I want lowest possible cost. So besides that, we have a massive, it is going to be, it's pretty flippin' big. This is plenty of space. I don't know if you guys can really get an idea of the space, whatnot. So this is going to be the open area. The whole right side is probably going to be all gaming tables, play. Left side is probably going to be straight up display, glass counters all the way down, bunch of slat wall type of thing. I'm not sure this back here yet. It goes even further. There's more rooms and things like that, bathrooms, all that crap. The other thing, again, they have to put all new drop down tiles. Everything, you can see how nice and white they are. You can see a little bit of the plastic yellowing. I don't know if I'm going to replace that or anything. I don't really care. Like I said, the biggest thing is going to be overhead, cost, and build out. That was the focus of this whole thing for negotiation into the lease and into everything. And the biggest cost of all this stuff is going to be flooring. That is, you know, to do 1,500 square feet of flooring, that's going to be, you're looking at even commercial, really cheap flooring, which here's some leftover. Sorry, Aaron, this is for you. Got to film the floors. So again, they've already started ripping it out. This type of really cheap, it's a commercial grade, super cheap type of flooring. This kind of stuff is very, it's not expensive, but believe it or not, when you need 1,500 square feet of it and to have the old crap ripped out and the glue and everything and the tacks actually fully install, it comes out to be a little bit more expensive than I think most people realize. So I want to give everybody an idea of the huge open area that we're going to have for that. It's kind of quiet and everything now, which is beautiful. So that was the number one thing. I didn't want to spend a couple grand and have all the flooring ripped out and redone. Number two, again, concern over air conditioning. I wanted to make sure I negotiated that into the lease because I don't want a $3,000 to $6,000 unexpected cost. No way. In addition to that, always look for water leaks or any form of problems. That's another huge thing. You're always afraid of mold issues, mildew, any of that type of crap. Again, bathroom stuff we'll go later. More things. This unit actually has a water heater. That's kind of funny. We have more rooms back here. Could be back. This could be a secure room. I may turn this into more of a security type of back area. The fact there's no windows or anything, it's really flipping big. Jesus. I may actually turn this into, maybe metal door and reinforce just this little back corner. Use it for more, maybe higher stuff. I don't know. I'm still not going to put higher dollar things in here. The fact it's known to the public, we don't want to do that. Old crappy floor needs to go, this and that. Maintenance guy. I don't think he wants to be on the internet. Too many people. He's the guy who takes care of things. We have problems with this location. He works for the whole complex. Let everybody know how it is. All kinds of random, stupid shelves, different things we ripped out and all this stuff. So gives you an idea what the back area is going to look like. So again, tons of room. This is what the unit looks like. Like I said, things are appealing. Large front area, ability to subdivide, reduce utilities in that front warm area. So this back area has no windows. So it's going to be cheaper to run the utilities, okay? The temperature from the thermostat is in here. So it doesn't get affected when you have too much heat out there, which means cost savings. Number two, no water leaks, no problems. We also have a second floor, which above this particular unit, I don't know if you guys remember, from about halfway back, probably about way back there, all the way forward, is a walkway. So there's not really a unit directly above. There's a unit towards the back on a second floor. So this, I had to make sure, especially this area, there's no water leaks. That was a big deal. So again, with no windows, utility savings. So number two, no water leaks, great. Number three, Landlord is redoing all our floor, all the build out. The paint's already nice and fresh, that's done. No cost, no labor. I don't want to spend a weekend painting. I can't stand painting. It gets old really quick. Again, I didn't want to spend a couple grand for the flooring. The only thing I am going to do is it has a little bathroom over here. I don't know, it has a water thing. I'm not really going to use other people's water stuff. You can see bathroom, ripping it out. It doesn't look bad. It's not gross or anything. But again, trashing it. $80, new toilet at Home Depot, Lowe's. $150 full pedestal corner. Going to trash all that. We have a main plumber we use for all our rental properties. Going to put all the parts. You guys are going to see I'm going to have new parts sitting over there. I'm going to give the guy $200. He's going to put it all in. Nice, clean, sanitary. Especially this fact that this place used to be more of a, karate studio, which means a lot of kids, a lot of people, a lot of bacteria, a lot of gross. I'm kind of a clean freak. Everything needs to be fresh, clean, sanitized. It has to smell good, feel good. And that's about it. I just want to show you guys what the location looked like. This is the inside of it. I don't know if this is going to be episode 3 or 4, because the next video I'm going to go over the lease. And this one, I at least wanted to show you guys what everything looked like. That was kind of a big deal. And again, the one thing I forgot to mention is when you also do units, always make sure your back door, you always have to have a fire second door, is a strong metal security door. See how that's a strong metal security door back there? Make sure it's a very strong, it just has the ability to withstand anyone prying on it. It's waterproof when it hits the ground, all that stuff. That's a really big deal for back doors. Most break-ins actually occur from 2 ways. People do smash and grab. They come in this way because you can smash the glass. And of course, people just, lock and unlock that way. And the other thing is people go through the back door. Believe it or not, most robberies are not actually from people breaking glasses and breaking doors. It's actually because employees just leave shit unlocked because they're stupid. They lose focus in the game. You lose focus, you get hammered. You go to Pound Town. So that's it. Wanted to show everybody. Like I said, nothing fancy. I don't want anything fancy. This is not a unit. This is not a location. You guys can see all the black from the old, just so everybody knows, that's not mold or anything. That was from the old baseboard. The black rubber baseboards that come across there, and he ripped it all out. And it's like a cardboard behind. You guys know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you guys know what I mean. It's like a paper. It's just, so I know some people are going to be like, wait a minute, is there mold everywhere? No, it's just paper. Anyways, like I said, this is not, the purpose of this location for me is this is a temporary expansion for a 4-year lease. There's some other things in the work that haven't really been discussed to the public, but this is something I need for the next 4 years. After this, we are going to be custom building an entire location and own it. You never ever want to rent or do anything long term, renting or leasing, because all you're doing is making someone else rich. It's stupid. The point is, in the meantime, I need this. Now, We already have the location that we're going to build and do full-blown construction, and we're going to build a huge, kind of a mini shopping center. And the grand scheme is this is kind of long-term. I don't even know why I'm saying this in this video, but whatever. We want to build like a 4-unit shopping center. I want to own it. I want to rent the other 3 units out. And the end unit, solid cinder block all the way around, no windows in the back, non-shatterable glass in the front. I forgot what that's called. And I want to use the rent from the other 3 units to pay for my 4th unit so I can have a card store with 0 overhead. And that's the grand scheme. I already own the land. We've already moved forward. But I don't have the $1 million in capital to be able to build an entire complex at this point. 4 more years of this type of super low overhead is what I need to do to get to that point in my life. So again, this is perfect because remember, I do not want to put a lot of money in it. If this was something I owned instead of rented, this is what I would be telling you guys. All these walls would be painted earth tone. All this drops down ceiling would be removed, and I would go straight black tiles, fancy roof, fancy flooring, diagonal cut 20 by 20 inch tiles or 24 by 24 inch tiles. Probably a neat design from the walkway, kind of like a neat path, some crazy stuff. Full-blown display cases. I would want drop-down, fancy lighting, LED lights swirling across, highlighting the walls. Again, I'm not owning this unit. I am not willing to put in excess capital. This is somebody else's space. We are going to have temporary ownership for a few years. That's the purpose, and I want everybody to remember that. And the last thing before I end this video for this day's card shop life is remember, do not go crazy trying to make your place fancy. Make it clean, presentable, and that's it. People get crazy. Try not to take this series too seriously if you want to open your own card store. Because remember, the way I'm doing it is not the way for everybody. This is not the way for everybody else to do a card store. I just want everybody to be very clear on that because I have a very large online presence. The purpose of this card store for me is not to be open every day to the public. To be open a little bit to the public, do some basic things, have some tabletop, this and that, but mostly to meet people online, to be able to purchase and do dealings for very large collection buying. I want a nice, safe, stable, legitimate store area to do collection buying locally, online, and different type of activities. Giggity. So this is Rudy with Alpha Investments. That's all I really have. We're calling it quits here. We are heading out. I wanted everybody to know at least what we're looking at. Sorry, I dropped the camera again. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out. You guys now have an inside view. Tell me what everyone thinks. Give me the comments. Give me the feedback. I want to know what everybody thinks about this setup, the location, and remember what my plans are for the location. My plans, not a standard company build out, not going to be open every day. I'm not looking for good walk-in traffic. I'm looking for a different setup. So this is Rudy with Alpha Investments. Much love.